Welcome to the Transparent FX Academy. I'm Nick, and I'm a top author and TradingView with over 190k reputation points. In this video, I will be speaking about USDCAD. Now, as usual, to keep the video as educational as possible, first I will be covering the technical aspect for this market. Then we will be moving to the order flow by looking at the commitment of traders, so the COT data, which is essentially what the big players in the market are doing, so the non-commercials, and how they're moving and changing their orders. And by the end of the video, by using a combination of these two different types of analysis, we will try to understand where we have the highest probabilities for the next potential move here for this pair. So this is definitely a video you do not want to miss. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. This is the place to be for high quality free trading education. Now, without further ado, let's jump straight onto the charts. Now, starting here from the monthly time frame, what we can see is that at the moment we have a market which is ranging in between two important structure levels. In fact, what we can notice is that here at the top, we have a very strong historical monthly supply and resistance zone. In fact, every time that the market tested this area, it rejected it to the downside. And at the same time, this area here was acting as the bottom of this monthly range. And every time the market rejected it to the upside. So essentially, we had a very long period of horizontal price action from a monthly standpoint inside of this range. And now we just got the breakout to the upside. However, after a breakout to the upside, even though you do expect a push to the upside, which is exactly what we just saw, at some point the market is supposed to start a correction. And if we look closely, we can see that we really are at the moment inside of an incredibly strong supply and resistance zone. The market has just reached this area. Now, why is this area so important? Because it is exactly the supply zone from which all these previous rejections to the downside were created. These are two major rejections to the downside, and at the moment the market is testing the exact same supply and resistance zone from which there is a good probability of seeing more institutional shorting of USDCAD, at that point potentially pushing the price lower, as already happened in the past. And we will be speaking about institutional shorting in just a few moments when we move to the commitment of traders analysis. For now, let's keep all of this in mind and drop down on the weekly time frame. Now, from a weekly perspective, we can see how the uptrend is currently intact. The market has been creating a series of higher highs and higher lows every time the market has been pushing to the upside, creating, as we just said, new weekly higher highs and new weekly higher lows, which is basically the definition of an uptrend. However, what just happened is that we had a massive gap to the upside. The market this week just opened already inside of the supply and resistance area, creating this huge gap. We can see that the close from last week was here, and the market essentially just opened right here. So we are now already inside of that supply and resistance zone. Now, let's keep this in mind and drop down on the daily time frame. Now, if we drop down on the daily, the gap is even more clear. We can notice how similarly to what was happening on the monthly time frame, also here we had a daily range. The market was moving in between these two levels for quite a few days. We can see how the market was essentially inside of this range. Then we had the breakout to the upside, and after that you expect a big push to the upside. And the big push to the upside actually came with this huge gap. Now, when there is a gap in the market, what you essentially naturally expect after the gap is created is to see the gap being closed. This is something very common in the market. When the market opens with a gap, usually the market will then go and close that gap. In this case, the gap will be closed if the market will approach this area. Now, let's combine this with the fact that this is already a quite strong supply and resistance area, and this means that inside of this area, there is a good probability to see more institutional shorting, potentially pushing the price lower. Now, if we go and see what we have when it comes to the commitment of traders, so what the big players in the market are doing, and we look at the data precisely for the CAD, we can notice how with the last reports, net positions have been massively increased. We went from minus 182k net positions positions all the way down to minus 147k net positions, showing how institutions are moving back to the bullish side for the CAD, adding 1,700 longs on the CAD and closing 1,400 shorts. Now, keep in mind that all currencies on the spot are traded against the USD. So if institutions are longing the CAD, what they're actually doing is shorting USDCAD, because again, all currencies on the spot are traded against the USD. So as institutions are increasing their longs on the CAD, going from 13.5k to 21.2k from an institutional perspective, and decreasing their shorts from 210k to 168k, this means that actually institutions are shorting USD CAD by increasing their shorts and decreasing their longs on USD CAD. So let's keep this all in mind and move back here on the daily time frame. And by the way, if you still haven't, make sure that you join my free Telegram channel, which you find linked in description, so you never miss new updates. Now back to the analysis. So from a daily perspective, clearly this area is very strong supply and resistance, and institutions are already adding shorts on USD CAD. So in a situation like this, what would I expect? Well, as usual, trading is reactive and not predictive. The monthly, weekly, and daily timeframes combined with the COT data, those are the best timeframes when it comes to the directional aspect of the market. However, when it comes to identifying potential shifts of the trend of a market, the best timeframes for that are the intraday timeframes, so 4 hour and lower. Therefore, what I would expect is that if this market would shift from an intraday bullish to bearish market and institutions continue to short USD CAD, at that point, I wouldn't be surprised to see a potential rejection to the downside for the market to complete and essentially fill this daily gap. That definitely wouldn't surprise me. Now, all this general free education and analysis that you see me provide on YouTube is actually just the tip of the iceberg. In fact, if you want to learn more, I really suggest that you go and check out my transparentfxtrading.com website, which you find linked in description. Here, you have the possibility to gain access to all my courses, starting from the very basics of charting all the way up to the more advanced topics like how to build automated trading strategies using the MQL4 language, how to build portfolios of strategies, and using quantitative finance tools like the Quant Analyzer to actually build those portfolios of strategies. You also have the possibility to gain access to my trading station software with the Telegram notifications integrations. You can get one-on-one mentorship directly with me. Also, you can gain access to the COT data software, which you often see me use on my YouTube channel. This is an all-in-one program. In fact, on top of all of this, you also have the possibility to gain access to all my personally developed EAs, so my automated trading tools. Here, you will see all the presentations of each and every one of them. And also you have the possibility to gain access to the trading show, so essentially a live stream of all the trades happening in live time from my live account. And if you continue to scroll down past the testimonials, you will see that you can also find the button to join now, and you will essentially be put in contact of my WhatsApp number. So I really suggest that you go and check it out as soon as possible. The link is in the description, and I will see you in my next video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, and also let me know in the comments below any new pairs or topics that you would like me to cover in the next videos. And I will see you in my next breakdown.